First off, I would like everyone to hold their arms out straight in front of them with palms facing the sky. Next, feel along the inside of your arm on the pinky side, right here in your elbow. Right here is a ligament called the UCL. This ligament is going to be instrumental in our conversation here today. Now, when you tear your UCL, a common procedure to get this tear fixed is a surgery called Tommy John. Tommy John surgery is named after former Dodgers pitcher Tommy John, who was the first to have this UCL reconstruction surgery in 1974. I would now like everyone to press your pinky and thumb together as hard as you can. Some of you will see a tendon protruding in the middle of your forearm, while some of you will not. As you can see, I do not have this tendon. For those of you with this tendon, Tommy John would involve the replacement of your UCL with this tendon. Tommy John's surgery in 1974 involved the use of this tendon. For those of you without this tendon, like me, Tommy John would involve the replacement of your UCL with either a big toe tendon, a hamstring tendon, or a tendon from a donor. Now that we have discussed Tommy John and how it works, we will now delve into why Tommy John has become an epidemic for youth baseball players. The Tommy John epidemic is important for everyone, even non-baseball players, to learn about, because there may be a point in time where the information you learn here today may help you save a child's career. This topic in particular hits close to home because I am a baseball player at Florida State, and I have had 4 teammates get Tommy John surgery at Florida State. Now, our journey here together is going to involve 2 parts problem and 1 part solution. The problem phase will include discussing the myths concerning Tommy John, as well as the alarming rate at which youth baseball players are having to get Tommy John surgery. The solution phase will discuss preventative measures that can be used to help prevent Tommy John from occurring. So let's slide right into it. Many people consider Tommy John to be routine, or that people throw faster post-surgery. However, both of these assumptions are not entirely correct, and here is why. First, Tommy John is not exactly routine. In fact, according to the Sun Sentinel, if you have Tommy John in the 8th or 9th grade, your chances of playing collegiate baseball drop 3-fold. Clearly, a routine surgery should not severely reduce your chances of playing baseball long term. Furthermore, a routine surgery should have no life-threatening consequences. However, this was not the case for Sang-Ho Beek. Sang-Ho Beek, a freshman pitcher at George Mason University, had Tommy John surgery on June 8th. On June 12th, he was pronounced dead due to a blood clot complication from the surgery. He was 20 years old. Ask Sang-Ho Beek's parents just how routine Tommy John surgery really is. Second, many people incorrectly believe that Tommy John will lead to higher pitching velocities. In fact, a survey by Dr. Christopher Ahmed, a doctor at Columbia University who specializes in shoulder and elbow injuries, discovered that 30% of coaches, 37% of parents, and 51% of high school athletes believe Tommy John should be performed on players without a UCL injury in order to enhance performance. Not only is this belief terrifying, since the respondents discussed Tommy John without a UCL injury, but it is also fundamentally incorrect. A 2014 study from the American Journal of Sports Medicine found that the average fastball velocity of an MLB pitcher decreases slightly, a little less than 1 mile per hour, in the years post Tommy John surgery. Therefore, the myth that Tommy John increases pitching velocity has no leg to stand on. Now, let's shift our focus to Tommy John in kids. The rate at which young kids are getting Tommy John surgery has reached epidemic proportions. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Sports Medicine showed that the greatest number of Tommy John surgery take place in the 15 to 19-year-old age group. To put into perspective just how wide the gap is between 15 to 19-year-olds and the rest of the baseball population, we can look at Tommy John per 100,000 kids. A little less than 4 out of 100,000 players get Tommy John from the recreational to the big leagues. However, in the 15 and 19-year-old age group, this number jumps to a staggering 22 out of 100,000 players. In fact, out of the 4 players that I personally know that had Tommy John surgery, 2 of them were 19 years old. These numbers are not slowing down either, as the Tommy John rate in the 15 and 19-year-old age group is increasing at a rate of 6% per year. The start of the COVID-19 pandemic has also not helped to prevent Tommy John, as players now have inadequate time to build up their arms before the season started. In fact, a study in the Orthopedic Journal of Sports Medicine found a larger incidence of elbow/forearm injuries in 2020 MLB pitchers compared to 2019 MLB pitchers due to limited physical preparation. Clearly, something needs to change. The article Prevention of Arm Injury in Youth Baseball Pitchers by Doctors Carut, Fleesig, and Andrews addresses some ways that Tommy John can be prevented. A couple of preventative measures include developing proper pitching mechanics, as well as taking 3 months off throwing per year. If the UCL is already torn, however, there are other surgeries that can replace Tommy John. For example, UCL primary repair can be used to repair a torn UCL in some younger patients, such as adolescent baseball players. So, now we have wrapped up our journey through the Tommy John epidemic. We discussed the problems with Tommy John surgery, which are the widespread belief in Tommy John myths, as well as the alarming rate at which youth baseball players are having to get Tommy John surgery. And we discussed the solutions to help prevent Tommy John surgery, such as taking preventative measures or electing to do UCL primary repair. Knowing what having Tommy John surgery actually entails is massive for preventing its occurrence. Tommy John is never going away. However, halting its widespread use on young players would be extremely beneficial for the baseball community. Now, play ball.